set up, and I will be ready. Okay. Shadow, are you still here?
Okay.
Oh dear,
Shadow,
that is
are you
loud.
still here? Okay. Oh dear, that is loud.
Why does everything start like that? Okay, hey Shadow. As you can see, I have everything I've gotten for my birthday. And yes, that is another Studio Series Braun. Because I felt like it. I'd regret not getting that mold again. He's amazing. So as you can see, this is basically everything I have so far. I know, the echo. So basically, this is everything I have so far. I got Shattered Glass Optimus, Shattered Glass Ratchet, Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Braun, 86B, and Reactivated B, which I will be happy to get into after I'm finished unboxing everything else. Are you ready? I want to do something first, though. Give me a second. YouTube is not letting anything load. Oh dear, I'm gonna put these guys over here. Shadow, I have a question for you. Okay. Are you alive, Shadow Wave? Okay. So, Shadow, you're back now. Which one should I open first? Because I have Rise of Beast Cheetor. I found him at GameStop, along with Transformers 1 Alpha Trion for the main line. Found him at a Target. And then there's 86 Buzzworthy Ironhide and Prow. So, which one do you think I should open first? I will wait for your response, and if you do not respond, I'm in. Number 2? Okay, that means Alpha Trion. Because, I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm so sorry, and I don't want to accidentally butcher it. Because you spoke first, Shadow Wave will not get to answer. No, I can't do Cheeto now. You're too late. You responded too late. Unlike me, Shadow Wave, I would have responded first. Okay, so I've already opened some of this stuff up. Oh dang, does it not come with background? I guess not. I've opened some of this stuff already. So, I saved these 3. My birthday's actually tomorrow. We just did a lot of the stuff today. But mainly tomorrow is going to be family stuff. Because I have my family coming over to watch Transformers 1. Only my sister hasn't seen it. So, I can't wait to show her that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I am, what is keeping him? Well, probably his backpack. This guy's a lot bigger than I expected him to be. Thank you for telling me happy birthday. If you could tell me how to pronounce your user, that would be a good thing to do. Let me, throw some of this trash stuff away. I have a trash can here. Okay. Let's put everything back in the box, including the instructions, because I don't use those. Thank you, Shadow Wave. Okay, so now it's... Well, I could clearly read that from his user, but I can't pronounce that. Let's see. We'll Google Translate here. We'll Google. Help me. Google Translate. I'm trusting Google Translate. It's going to do it into English, but it'll help. Okay, let's see. English into English. No, not Russian into English. English into English. Will it not do English into English? It won't do that. Oh, wait a second. Oh, yeah, it won't do that. How do I pronounce this? Okay, we're gonna have to, wait a second. How to pronounce... I might try to go get SS Battle Trap soon, apparently. Appearing where? Okay. Search for word. Okay. Stop typing so I can find this guy's name. So I can continually look at it. Latte Tunes. Oh, okay, thank you. I'm still gonna look it up. I have commitment to this now. Oh yeah, they are appearing at Ross. I did see that. But I only saw it from the person I watched. I only saw okay, Latte Tunes. Okay, I'm just gonna call you Lay's. Lay's potato chips. Okay. So Battle Trap has appeared at Ross. I'm not so sure about Cheetor. I did not see that. So I drove to quite a few places today to look for Transformers. I went to 2 Targets, 2 GameStops, and a Walmart. And if you've seen Primus the Creator's new video, you know they're releasing 86 Prime, Optimus, and 2 Target. So I was just looking for that. But it looks like I'm still going to have to keep them on pre-order. Okay, let's see. Let's make sure you can stand up. Okay. So from first looks, details on the head, very nice, nice silver, purple head crest. I really love the shoulders. I think the shoulders are just so colorful and nice. Let's see how he poses. So can we bring this back a bit more? No? Okay. So his legs go down about 90. They kick pretty far up, and because of the back, it won't go as far. Oh, I thought you were going to say they were releasing us. No way, that'd be insane if they did, though. Okay, so feet got ankle pivot. They don't go forward. This is joint is a lie. Oh, thank you, Pure Leaf. Thank you for joining. So the leg goes about that far, and the arms, you know, they do normal arm stuff, but they don't go very far up. But luckily, it is not the Studio Series Hot Rod arms, like we see with basically every single Optimus these days. He is actually quite bigger than I expected, although I wish his hand would grip. Whoa. That was odd. I wish his hand would grip better around the sword, like farther up. That threw me off a little when I was first looking at it. And then he gets his little dagger. If we had seen this sword in the actual movie, that would have been so cool. Because you know, like, Kylo Ren's lightsaber, how it crackles? That's why I kind of see this like a crackling electricity blade. But for comparison, Deluxe... Shattered Glass, Ratchet, he's just a bit taller, Deluxe, Reactivated Bumblebee. I love this figure. I will have to talk about this very soon, after this. And final comparison, Shattered Glass Optimus Prime, which I also love this figure. Okay, so aside from that, the posing on him is pretty well done. Ooh, Shattered Glass. Yes, I love the Shattered Glass universe. That's why I decided to get the figure from it. Ooh, hip rotation. I missed that. That's pretty nice. This guy's pretty well articulated for a mainline deluxe. So I'm pretty surprised that he's able to do like some of these poses. He looks very good. I have a Transformers 1 shelf now. I got an extra shelf for my birthday, so that will help. And let's get into transforming this guy. I will not look at instructions because I refuse to. As a Transformers fan, I should know this without looking. And I did not watch any videos. I've seen like pictures of him, but no videos. I want that entire line. I do too. Just kidding. The only reason I got Alpha Trion was because I couldn't find any other figures. But not only that, I love the way he looks. I was planning on getting the Sentinel from the main line, but I ended up not. Let's see. Is there a way to bring down the arms? It does not look like it. Okay, let's grab this sword, and let it plug in. Or, no, it does not go there. It does not go there. It goes in here. Okay, it goes in straight in the head. The Prime Changers Orion Pax is awesome. I have seen him, but I don't really, in my opinion, I don't like how he looks. Why did they add these pegs for the arm to go into? I think that just kind of limits the articulation. I don't think they really should have done that. Okay, so that's that half done. So it looks like these, do these pop out? No? You sure? Look like they'll pop out. Oh my goodness, Gerwalk. I'm so close to 1K. I'm preparing for my special. Congrats, Pure Leaf. Sentinel is nowhere to be found. I saw Sentinel a lot at the Target that's directly next to me. But I was going to get him until I decided not to. I think that may have just been a mistake, because I was kind of looking for him. And then I just decided not to because there are other figures I decided to get. Let me look at the box. Okay, so it looks like this folds up. Which way does this fold up? Okay, that's how it folds up. It's been 2 dang years. It's finally about time I got 1,000. Wait, so how old is your channel, Pure Leaf, if you don't mind me asking? And this is where this snaps in. Honestly, this is a pretty good alt mode. I kind of like it. I actually really like this. This is a pretty fun guy. I'm glad I got him. Hot take, Sentinel Prime was a good guy in Transformers 1. I guess you could say that in a way. He kept the Quintessons from killing everyone. Why it may have been for power. He did keep them from killing everyone. 2 years since April. My channel's been like 4 years. I started like 2022 or something. Or no, like 2020. I can't remember. It's been like 4 to 3 years. Okay, everyone. This is him fully transformed. I love the metallic purple and the purple on his sides. The gray is nice, although it could have had more mechanical details in it. The nice gunmetal in between the shoulders and the main chest. The nice purple and silver metallic on the legs. And the nice tail, which was his sword. I actually really love this figure. I'm glad I got him. Okay? Hot take, Orion Pax is evil. Here's my hot take, Shadow Wave. You're saying this for me to read it, and that's all. You don't actually mean it, I bet. Okay. Shadow Wave, he is the Transformers Homelander. I bet he is. He's secretly a traitor. He won't doom America, though. Also, who's Homelander? Just kidding. I somewhat know. But I don't know because I didn't watch the show or anything. And you can move his horn. Articulation. Okay. Who should I open up next? I kind of want to mess with him more, but I have everything else to do. Ironhide and Prowl, Dead 2-pack, or Cheeto, as, Shadow Wave says. Cheeto or, 2 dead corpses. Which one? You know, I hope they, redeco Transformers 86 Optimus into, the Shattered Glass. Do not watch The Boys, please. I won't. And I also hope they redo him dead as well. Just kidding. But it'd be cool. No Pure Leaf. I am Transformers. You spelled that wrong, Shadow. Okay, Cheeto? Okay, because you answered first, we're doing it. We're doing Cheetor. Rise of Beast Cheetor. I will have to get Optimus Primal to compare, but I'll do that later. Okay, here he is in the box with a very broken ankle. Dang. You know, GameStop ain't treating their figures right. Aside from Dead Redeco. Don't make Optimus die again. You already Honestly, for character development, I think the 86 movie was super good. Like, it made sense that they killed Optimus off in a writing perspective. Because that was honestly great character building. Similar to what they did in Dark of the Moon with Ironhide. Forget about Ratchet. He died for no reason. Could have kept him, honestly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. His foot. His feet. Give me a second. Okay. Let me clean up all this mess that's falling from the box. They should just keep doing the plastic. Add plastic colors. Nemesis, Shatterglass, Magnus, Corpse, etc. Yeah. They killed Optimus to replace his toy. Honestly, I would believe it. They should, I recently watched a video from another Transformers YouTuber. I can't remember his name. I'm not good at remembering names. But if you can tell me who it was, I'd be very thankful. But, he was talking about how, Hasbro did a vote for what they should do for, like, Transformers line. And he had some good points on that. And, like, you got to choose the character there was, like, Megatron, Shockwave, Hound, RC, Deathsaurus, and a few others. Okay, so here he is. Okay, that's not ratcheted. That would have been so cool. Okay, so, first of all, he does look super cool. It was either... So, fun fact, I'm starting to also prepare for my stop motion series. That's cool. That's actually the reason, though. Okay, makes sense. Hasbro does stuff like that to traumatize children. Definitely not for the money, though. Why want money when you could traumatize the generation? Honestly, that's kind of a feat. That in World War II. Okay. And here are his spears. I like them better combined. Can we combine them? Please say yes. Combine. Okay, wrong one. Okay, there it is, combined. Let's see if I can... Okay, I'm going to have to put it in. But let's do articulation and details. So for details, he looks actually fairly accurate. I know people say he's super inaccurate, and to an extent that's true. But for what we got, he is pretty accurate. And the kibble management's pretty good. Basically thinner than any other Transformer, aside from like Bludgeon from Legacy. He's got hip swivel, only hindered by the butt flap. He's got tail articulation. His legs can go up surprisingly high, past 90. Annihilation 2, final release today. I can't wait to watch it and then rewatch the entire series. Oh, yeah, from Black Panda Jack Studios. I used to watch it. I like the first Annihilation best. And the legs can go about that. The knee can bend at 90. And the front of the leg can bend, I don't know what that is. I guess broken knee. His feet, ankle articulation, and the foot can go up. Oh, no, don't tell me. Okay, he suffers from hot rod syndrome. That's great. Beautiful. Okay, Pure Leaf, don't ever type that again. I don't even want to know who that's from. Okay, let's see. Shoulders. I did not realize I thought this was an actual part of the soldier. Shoulder. And why is my dog barking? But that's pretty cool. I also saw Rise of the Beast Rhinox at my Target. The one, like, right next to me. Which is actually pretty cool because I haven't seen him in forever. Okay, so arms, 90, bicep swivel, full 360 on the arms. Up, down, side to side. And that's basically it. Shadow Wave, you know what to do with that comment. Don't. Shadow Wave, you know what to do with it. Delete it. I got mainline Rise Beast Rhinox for $5 at TFCon. TFCon at $5. I wanted to go for my birthday. Because it was happening in November. But I ended up not going because, like, the Baltimore Bridge fell. And, it was hard to schedule something like that. Okay, so aside from that, he is a pretty cool cat. He's a cool cat. Okay, time to transform. Now, I've been eyeing this piece, so let's do this. Okay, most figures I get, I haven't seen videos on how to transform. I should probably do that, but because of my procrastination, I don't. That sounds like basically every Transformer YouTuber there is. I feel like every Transformer YouTuber does the same thing. I could be wrong, but it feels like it. Oh, tell me this does something. Oh, yes, that does something. Okay, let's do this. Does this come down? This does come down. There's the head. I forgot he turned into a cheetah. Probably something you should remember. Okay. Oh, does this come down? Oh, that does come down. Okay. Let's bring the head down and place it inside the chest. I assume. How do these work? How will these work? Well, they won't work like that. I know that much. Oh, okay. I see that. Let's get all this into spot. Warpath, you haven't left Rescue Boss Optimus just in the periods of stream. This is my collection tour. Let me out. I don't deserve to be in prison. It was Starscream's ghost. You know it. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, I was talking about, a while ago, I was on one of Stellaris' streams, and I was talking to everyone about the, how I got arrested, and then he said, Warpath's got lore? I go deeper than many other YouTubers. Where's your proof? I was possessed. Also, they made a Starscream ghost figure not that long ago. Don't forget that. So that's part of my proof. That's not how it goes, does it? where these tabs go somewhere. Okay, it's these. Okay, I'm being dumb. Let's get these to tab in. Okay, you want proof? Give me a second. Okay, I need space for this. Oops, hit the camera. That's what they all say. That is what they all say. I can't agree. Okay. Can you explain this Shadow Wave? A Starscream ghost figure repacked with the Kingdom Waspinator. Can you explain that? They released it around the time I was arrested and framed for resurrecting Unicron. I should arrest you for false imprisonment and false accusations. I'm an innocent man. How does this feat work? Okay. We push these forward for some odd reason. Okay, I'm just now realizing half the stuff I got for my birthday were actually, like, figures that turn into animals. Police, sir, you have murdered your own partner. The guy was possessed. I can't murder anyone, sir. I don't have any weapons on me. If you know me, that's a false statement. I always have weapons on me. I'm escaping prison. Oh, yeah, these have joints on them. That means they can come out and tab in. Tab in. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay. This is as close as I'm apparently going to be able to get. This is not a bad cheetah mode, though. It's still pretty cool. And he's got a mouth. Let's see. Let's store these on top. What are you saying? Your chest is literally a gun. If you're going to escape prison, don't say it. Well, I'm not, because I'm a good boy, and I'm going to stay in prison until my time is up. Or past, say you're going to escape prison again, so I can't make a video. I'm not going to escape prison, because I'm a good boy, and I'm going to spend my time, despite being framed. I was framed. And this cat's butt flap won't stop and stay down. It's very annoying. But it is a pretty cool mode. Although, due to the lack of articulation, he does look a bit derpy. Although the head has some nice articulation, side to side. I might do a shaking animation. But there's no point in that. Okay, so here's him compared to Alpha Trion. Alpha Trion. I can't get over how good he looks. Okay, so moving on to the final figures in this set. Where's the tape? Oh, it's on the side. Of course it is. I mostly wanted this. Not because of the figures, because I kind of wanted the blast effects, and I'm not spending $50 for, like, 10 blast effects. No way on God's green earth is that worth the price. Oh, yeah, I get a background for all my videos. Here, let me set that up. Let me move all these boxes out of the way. Here's the background now. That's cool. Okay. BRB, I have to make my video. Okay, but Shadow, before you go, which one should I open first? I went back and got the video footage. Okay, which one should I open first? Entertain me. Tell me something I don't know. Or tell me which one to open. Which would be the best answer. But while that happens, I'm going to get the weapons. Dying police boy. Okay, that is the one I was most excited for. No changing your mind now. I'm going to have to open him. Wee woo. Yes, precisely. That is what a police officer sound makes. Oh my gosh. The weapons are impossible to open. All this tape. And this paper is like thick. Thick paper. Why is police boy's weapons on the other side of him where he even isn't? Blasphemy. Let's get this open. Bop. Oh goodness, my fingers are trapped in between the scissors. Okay, guys, I forgot to do my warning, but don't play with scissors or knives. You could die. There's your warning. It's like an hour late, but only an hour. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of blast effects. Okay, here's some of the blast effects, some more of the blast effects, some more of the blast effects, some more of the blast effects. My sister's here. Hello, Andy. Thank you. Oh my goodness, there are more guns in this stupid bag of piece of paper. They couldn't have just put them in the other gun bag. That would have been so much easier. Oh dear. Okay. I am covered in paper because of all this paper. Ironhide's guns should not be worth waste. They're like, okay, we're getting rid of the plastic barrier between the figures. And we're going to replace everything the figures are encased in with paper, like a crap ton of paper. So they can't even get a chance on opening it. That is how I feel. Okay, there we go. Okay, give me a second. Okay, I tore through like another 20,000 layers of paper to get these guns. Okay, now for the first guy. Dead police boy who did not deserve to die. Honestly, I wish they made like a 4-pack of all of these guys right before they died. So like you could get the shell shaded colors without having to just get the dead guys, which is like a bit disappointing for all the fans. Okay. Going to play Minecraft with the boys. Hope the boys enjoy Minecraft. Hope you have fun, Pure Leaf. Okay. So, oh man, that's tight. Here's Dying Police Boy. Boom. I feel bad that I decided to get this 2-pack. But it's worth it. Because it's $20. For a 2-pack of Transformers. 20 whole bucks. That is worth a lot. So, basically, let's say, oh dear. Ironhide is a Voyager figure. And Prowl is a deluxe class. Prowl by himself is $25. The price of this set right now on Amazon is $26. And, adding the price of the Voyager to it means I basically got $50 for, like, half the price. which was worth it. Very much. But I already know how to transform him. But for comparisons, let's get Cheetah, half the size, although in robot mode. Oh, hello, Turtle, Mr. Turtle. At full length, he would probably be about this tall, which would dwarf him. And here's Alpha Trion, which I really love. I will not stop talking about my love for this Alpha Trion figure. Okay, now, articulation, about the same with any of the Siege molds or Earthrise. Legs go up a little past 90. Legs bend way past 90. I found that Cheetor and Studio Series Battle Trap, but I didn't get them. Oh, I would have gotten Battle Trap if I had the chance. And the legs are sadly hindered by this part. Give me a second. But if you get them far enough back, it can go a bit more. But not really worth that. So, I would have gotten Battle Trap because I really love the mold. I don't have it, but I'm going to say I love the mold. And it just looks very cool. Okay. So, head articulation, Iggy looks up. He looks somewhat down. He looks side to side. Arms, bicep swivel, wrist rotation, and a little past 90s. And it can go all the way up, a full 360 all the way around, but the doors block it. If you put the doors back, I'm sure it can do the full thing. And the arms can go like that, and so can the legs. So he can basically do a split, but the arms block him a little bit, so. I love G1 Prowl as a character. So do I, but my favorite G1 character from the first season of the show, would be Hound. And for the second season, Warpath. And third season, also Warpath. In the 86 movie, it has to be Warpath, except he wasn't in that movie. Dang, I really wish they did, again, I'm going to say it, if they had the 4-pack of all the characters. IDW Prowl is goated. I have not seen read IDW, but I'm going to take it. And the headlights looking horns. Oh, yeah, so here are the headlights, and the horns are different, but here are the eyes. Just to make that clear. But on to detail, we have circuitry where he was blasted. Let's get that to focus. Can 86 Prowl combine with Devastator? That's a good question. I'm assuming from that one comic book where he did. That'd be a good question. I don't think so. I think that'd be very hard to do. But I don't know because I don't have a Devastator. But aside from that, he is a pretty solid figure. I love the mold myself. That's another reason why I got this. And it's the mold I'm most excited for out of all this. So, let's transform him. Put these up. The Prowl doesn't even have orange eyes. I don't think they would have gone as far to done the orange eyes of him to represent him burning his insides out. I think that may have been a bit too far. I think Hasbro realized that themselves. Okay. I know how to transform this mold already, so I'm just not going to talk about it as much. But this is one of the most clever molds I have. It just does everything so perfectly. And now it's not clear plastic and solid plastic. That works so well. Okay, I forgot. I have to put these, the legs are, hard for some odd reason. They don't need to be. No, I want more Grimdark and Transformers. Oh, hello, Nils. I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry. I'm not the most informed person. Okay. Well, I can be pretty informed, but I'm not the most informed. At least when it comes to other series, there are stuff I am pretty much informed on. Okay, so, that is finally all tight, and we gotta bring the feet up, which will always be a pain for some odd reason. I mean, it works, but because the way the legs are designed to, be fully encased by the legs, it's just going to be hard and always going to be a pain. So let's finish attaching the doors, move on to the arms, and just move them in. Make sure that, oops, sorry, I hit the camera. Okay, there we go. I love the wheel, the tire designs, the rims on this. It looks very nice, although the pegs in them do kind of get in the way and ruin the look, but I don't think it's that bad. So, looking from the front, he has a pretty good car. He rolls pretty nice. Okay, just making sure the wheels are all aligned. It's a bit hard with that figure. Let's make sure the hood is fully tabbed in. No, it's not fully tapped in. Okay, there we go. Ow, I hit my nail. I posted the video. Okay. I gotta look at this. Give me a second. I'm gonna find the video. Also, we can tab in the gun up here, but that looks ugly, so we're turning it to the side to put that down. And it still doesn't look the best. And there was lots of room to add in places for the gun to fit down here. You just gotta kind of mess with it a little, and you'll find the way to fit this in. But I'm not gonna do that right now because that's a waste of time. And now we can have policeman dying in car mode. Let's add the blast effect. I do need more blast effects. This is because, like, it's hard to find blast effects. I've looked on eBay, and they're like $50 for 10 blast effects, and they're not even all part of the same set, and there's barely any of them. Okay, where is Shadow Wave? There he is. Okay, give me a second. Oh, shoot, I won't be able to hear it without the sound on. Okay, I'm deleting the live stream part that I'm watching it on. You didn't even take Ironhide out yet. Yeah, because I forgot his name. Pure Leaf said to do Police Boy. And so did, Shadow. Come on! You took it out of context, man. That was out of context, Shadow Wave. Here, give me a second. Let's see. I mean, now I might. But don't forget, there's a chest barrel on my stomach. So I could shoot that lock off. But then the tape, you know. The tape, the power of duct tape and just random tape in general is very powerful. Okay, there's the link to Shadow Wave's video, if y'all would like to see that. And for context, I was put in prison by him. But that's not a lot of context. So, we'll have him. You know what, TGC Turtle the second. You know, TGC Turtle is goated. Now to finish the comparison, here's him in robot and car mode right next to Alpha Trion, transformed of course, and Cheetor. Okay, and now the final figure of this entire stream. Just kidding, not of this entire stream, because I have ones I opened before I started streaming. I have those guys as well. Man, I hate these. Like, bro, these paper straps that keep them pinned down, those are just horrible. Okay, now another figure I've been waiting for, boom, okay, is Ironhide. Too bad he's in a dying state. Oh, dang, these feet are loose. Or it's just this transformation joint, I'm not sure. Okay, let's get him dying. Boop. Oh, that did not fit on. Oh, it doesn't fit. No, don't tell me this one doesn't fit. Okay, that one fits. Now, let's see. Is there a way to add these into the back? Not necessarily, just in between the tire. And boom, he's dead. Okay. Now, this figure with his guns. I can't remember what car Prowl is. I'll have to look that up. Because I'm curious. What car is Prowl? The G1 Transformers show. Let's see. According to this, he's the Nissan Fairlady Z Turbo 1982. Okay. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. The Datsun. Okay. Him and his friends. Yeah, it is the Datsun. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Shadow Wave. But I guess that was just a specific model number. Which did look like Prowl. So, Ironhide looking pretty cool and yeah, dying. You know what? With this Ironhide, they could have included him and Prowl if they had the open mouth like this, a little small rubber piece of smoke coming out, and you could put that in their mouth to represent like their circuits frying inside them, you know? So I'm not going to do much articulation here because I don't feel like it. And I got a lot of other figures to do. Although, sadly, the blast effects don't fit in the stomach, which is honestly one of the letdowns, but it is still fine. We can still have this one fit in. Okay, so here's him getting blasted. And give me a second. Here's him blasting Prowl. Now, why that doesn't help his cause in running back the Autobot ship, nothing will. But let's do details, because I'm going to do that. For turning into a van, he does look, you know, like a van from the outside. Pretty accurate to the G1 show. Let me see, what van is he? Alt mode. Does he have the G1 show? Okay. What's funny, these figures were pitched as a joke and they actually made it. You know what? Okay, so a Nissan van, terrestrial Nissan van, that is what he is. Why, it's the 1984. Yeah, probably not the exact model number that he was given, but it is pretty close. So according to this, he is just a Nissan van, terrestrial Nissan van. So, in scale-wise, we have Ratchet from Shattered Glass. Now, I want to say this. I do want to say this. This is my first Ratchet figure. So, here's him compared, just a bit bigger. Or, let me get him in a full standing pose. Yes. Earthrise Ratchet is a bit bigger. Actually, from this angle, he's a bit smaller. That's a bit confusing. Give him a hug so I can figure it out. Yeah, this guy's actually a bit bigger. I guess it's just the angle I had him at. Earthrise Optimus, which is also Shattered Glass Optimus, would have probably blasted a hole in Ironhide. And for the last comparison, oh yes, this one will do fine. Very fine. Let me get him into a preferable pose. Is it? Yes, it is pretty funny, Shadow Wave. 86 Bumblebee. He was just about up to his hip. Okay, now with all that done, we get into the transformation. So, first of all, what I'm going to start with is moving the hands down. I did see a video on this for Ironhide, and I have the same Prowl mold. So, let's see what I can do myself. Let's lift this piece out. Haha, Bumblebee. Yes, Bumblebee is funny. I was corrected. Typo. Okay. Let's see. the arms come out from the side. Yes. Okay, let's see. Let's turn. Oh dear, this is going to be a mess of a transformation, is it? Yes, it is. I wish I had seen more videos on this, but I decided not to because I didn't want the full experience spoiled for me. In my defense, that was probably a good idea. Ooh, does this come down? Ooh, I think that's just for like a pig. That Optimus is dope. Okay, so Nils. To explain that, Optimus is not a normal Optimus. He's basically an evil version from the Shattered Glass universe. I guess I'm just going to give a small explanation for people who don't know. The Shattered Glass universe is basically the alternate universe to the normal G1 show, except things went differently. The Decepticons were the good guys, the Autobots were the bad guys. Optimus is a tyrannical guy who, if anyone decides they go against him, he will immediately gun them down if they're right next to him, or even if they were his old friend. He has no mercy, basically will kill anyone. And, that's basically it. What you know. And Ratchet just decided to go with the guy. Don't know, I guess because he was friends. I watched a video on someone explaining the entire universe because he read the comics. And, basically, there's no real explanation why this guy, Ratchet, the medic, who has pretty good morals even in that universe, just decided to go with them for apparently no reason. Or maybe he has his own reasons, but we were not explained that in the book. Let's see. Let's transform the feet. See if I know how to do the feet. So that comes out, that comes out. Is anyone here a car fanatic? Because I would like help just knowing if this is accurate to the actual van. Okay, let's tab that in. Bop. Okay. Let's bring this in. Bring this up. Yeah, this is going to be a bit messy. Let's make sure the arms are tabbed in. I'm going to take them off camera for a second. You all have random stuff to look at. So I could just make sure I got everything here aligned. Let's see. Okay, tab that in. Sorry, you all have nothing to look at. Okay. Oh, okay. So I figured something out. I won't be able to chat for a second. That's okay, my friend. You have a life. So go do what you need to do with it. Let's make sure that's all tabbed in. I think I need to get myself a life. That'd be pretty nice. It's consumed by Transformers and knowledge of Transformers. Okay, let's make sure this is tabbed in. And this part won't tab in. Okay, it looks like it needs to slide in. Stop lying. You stop lying. I don't have a life. Well, if you clearly need to stop chatting because you need to go do something, then I suppose you should go do it, Shadow Wave. Stop arguing. Okay, have fun with whatever you were going to go do. Let's make sure everything is tapped in. Okay, so, the back of the truck is coming together quite nicely. I'll still be watching, I just can't type because my hands will be dirty. Are you working in the garden, Shadow Wave? You burying me? Okay. Actually, I'm gonna bring the arms out so I can see if everything works like this. And then we bring the arms and we bring it back in. Okay. This is hard for no apparent reason. Why did Hasbro make this so hard? I can't wait to stop working on this guy and get to the other guys after this, because I have figures I want to talk about. So please, just work with me and transform. Okay, I got one spot done. And now for just the finishing touches, I'm still going to do this off camera because I need to squeeze this in. Oh, wait, I forgot to bring out 2 pieces. Okay, now tab together, nice and tight. I'm glad I want to see him compared to Cheetah. Okay, Cheetor. Just for your information, that is his name. Okay, so here he is, fully transformed. Now, I'm glad I didn't get the one with clear plastic. Number one, that's more expensive. Warpath, you can't escape jail now. Oh, great, what'd you do? I have lore, guys. I've gone deep. I've been in too deep. I betrayed the FBI, the CIA, because I was out of country. Okay, now, he is a pretty good van, terrestrial Nissan van, compared to the Datsun. I say the Prowl may be just a bit small. Compared to, if I had a 6-foot guy figure, which I know some geeks have because they like comparing things, it would be pretty accurate. Okay, but, in terms of scale, I have no idea what this will scale good with, aside from Bumblebee. Now we have the weapons for storage. So there are 2 ways to store the guns. Okay, it's back here. So the first way is to have them tabbed in to the bottom of the truck like this to mimic exhaust. Unless this guy's going to a monster truck rally, why would you need exhausts that are like a foot outward from your rear bumper? But it does provide enough clearance for the wheels to touch the ground, enabling him to roll pretty well. The colors, very nice, very accurate to the G1 show, including this, despite them having molded out windows. They did not paint this, but this is technically accurate, but it would have been nice, despite the accuracy, just a few creative liberties to have made him more real-world looking, and I do wish they included a chest plate to attach to the front in case you didn't want him to look like he was dying, but that'd be hard to do with the Prowl figure, so I guess they just didn't want to. Warpath, how would you even escape? Well, my chest cannon can use pulse rays, and I just use that until I burn a tunnel out. Or just wait on good behavior. But aside from that, yeah, no one wants exhausts like this. So, unless it's just for clever weapon storage, you could throw it the other way. But let's do this way of adding them onto the roof. Now, this would be more Transformers-like, because then he would be able to blast his enemies, unless they were humans, because they'd probably stand about here, and he would just have to run them over. Now, aside from that, thanks for another video. Okay, Shadow Wave, you're milking off of me. Stop it. Just kidding. You can do it if you want. I'm fine. Just tag me in it. And the gun's details, very nice. Black candle, I wish it was silver, but everything here is painted silver, and there is a bit of paint chipping. But I guess for my personal preference, I'm just going to have the guns flipped this way, because it will still hopefully provide enough clearance for the wheels to roll on the ground. And yes, it does. And you don't see the gun anywhere. Unlike with Prowl, you can't do that. But let's compare him to Cheetor, Alpha Trion, one of my favorite figures, and 86 Bumblebee, which we will now talk about because I finished opening up all the figures. that I've had here. So, starting the figures I've already opened beforehand. Okay, 86 Bumblebee. He is a good figure, solid transformation. I didn't need to look at the instructions. His transformation was very nice. Although it wasn't my favorite out of all the ones that I got, it was pretty solid, and it was more like a puzzle level. It felt similar to a Rubik's Cube, I guess because that's just the shape of him. Awesome, Budge. Thank you. But aside from that, the color's a little off, because right here just looks weird. Luckily, no clear plastic, which brings the figure together very nicely. Now let's get to articulation, because there's barely any details to go over. One, his arms can go up, bicep swivel, and hand swivel. It can go full 360 all the way around, and it went up that much. Now, let's quickly take a look at the gun. The gun, nice silver coat of paint. Although that's the only thing it is still a pretty nice addition and looks very good on him. Now, let's take this off just for a bit, and let's move on to the legs. To the legs, we have the front of the BW Beetle from, what's it called? The car brand that Hitler made. Whatever, I forgot what it was called. But aside from that, the Volkswagen, yeah. We got the nice bumper and the headlight, and a nice yellow all the way around until we get to the chest. I said I wasn't going to do details, but now I'm doing details now. The chest has a bit of mist color. I don't know why, but it's not the thing to notice when you first look at him. The thing that draws your eye is the Autobot badge on the chest, which looks very nice. Now, moving to the back, nothing much here. Wish they could have included the spare tire, which was seen in the G1 show and in the 86 movie, although he did not transform, so we could have just pegged it in there. But lifting up the arms, we have nice mechanical detailing on the legs and in between the arms and chest, which is very nice. But again, back to articulation, he's got a full 360 unhindered waist swivel, a ankle pivot, I guess facing him, and then an ankle pivot normally. Then his legs can bend a little past 90, just a little, but it does look more like 90. I guess the feet may throw you off a bit. The legs got, I guess what you could say, a thigh swivel. Yeah, that's what it's called. And because of the transformation, you can act like his leg was broken. He sprained his foot while walking up a mountain. I have no idea. Okay, so moving on from that, let's look at the head. Going full in on the review. Congratulations, I could never talk this well in one take. Well, I do have practice with an old review channel I used to do. But thank you. And I believe you could do it. You have a very nice talking voice as well. Okay, so moving on to the head. He has a full 360. I won't do that just in case. I don't want to risk putting any tension on the pen. His head can go side to side. Let's let that focus. And he can look a little up and a little down. And if you want to, you can make use of the transformation joint and make him look like he's looking down upon his enemies. But when you look up, oh dear, Bumblebee, what's going on? He broke his neck just to look down at his enemies. I mean, that's not a very useful skill, but I guess you could call it one. But aside from that, that is it on the robot mode. Now, to getting into transformation, it's going to be hard. I'm not going to do commentary on it while transforming him. Thanks, but I've tried. I ramble on too much. Well, that's the point of being a reviewer. You ramble. Okay? There are different types of reviewers. You can do what you want in your own reviews. But on to transforming the feet. All we have to do is open up the backs, pull down those panels, and tab the feet together. I mean, they will come untabbed probably during the transformation, but it doesn't matter. We could just keep the feet like this for now. Don't do anything else, like I just tried. But you can open up the chest unit, which will come down nice like that. And you can start working down on the back. The back is a bit hard, I have found it to be. I'm pretty sure it pulls up. Yes, it does. The back piece goes up, and it is very tightly put in there. I am worried about stress on the pin joint that keeps it together. but it's not the biggest thing to worry about. But just know when you're transforming it, that could happen. Now putting all this, let me go make a video. Let me go make that video real quick. Okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but have fun. Tabbing that in. Now the head is in. Basically, the back piece is unmovable. I mean, you can still move it, but it doesn't do much. The tires flip out from the chest unit where it was hidden, and you make sure you bend the arms like you would if he was just, I don't know, holding something like that. But there will be a very nice soft click that lets you know it was tabbed in. Now, there's this tab in between the arms that will go together. And we let that snap together. And that's basically it from the arms and the back. 136 views on that video. You're stealing my views, Shadow Wave. Honestly, I'm fine with that. You're probably going to pass me in subscribers very soon. You're gaining traction. But, again, real quickly, if you did not see that, you untab this and tab it into the, I guess you could say, the middle of the spine in Bumblebee. Now that's done, you're going to have to, like, adjust this, but that will come nicely down and tab in on both sides, finishing the back of the cab. Now, moving in back to the legs, you will move these panels in, up, and they will tab in, just like that. Now, here is where it gets a bit tricky. I believe I'm averaging about 5 to 10 subscribers daily. Congratulations. That is very nice. Shadow Wave. Okay, this is where it gets a bit hard, but you're going to have to use that double-jointed leg that made it look like it was breaking and to squeeze it into each other. And then you're going to have to squeeze it all up and tab everything in. Now, on my copy of this figure, the tabs on this side are a bit hard to work. While I have gotten them in, it's just going to be a bit hard to stay, so let me know if this is a common problem. I will win this race. You probably will win the race to 1,000 subscribers. Subscribers isn't my goal. It's just making content for fun. Okay, but there we go. The peg on the blaster tabs nicely into the back of this. Now we have 86 Bumblebee fully transformed, and this is very nice. For being an unlicensed Beetle, it just looks pretty amazing, okay? Why, it's not the perfect vehicle. If they had gotten the licensing, I'm sure they would have gone much farther into designing this Bumblebee and making him look more accurate. But for G1 accuracy, this is 100% accurate. And the Autobot symbol, which was hidden inside the feet, which you couldn't see when it's not transformed, when you transform it, this will appear, and it will look a bit odd having two Autobot symbols, but I'm fine with it personally. And looking at the undercarriage, it looks nice. This is one of the neatest undercarriages I have seen. Okay, you can't see the head because it's in here. It's like everything encapsulates itself pretty nice. And, you know, this is basically a clown car. I'm going to say it. The G1 cartoon made Bumblebee a clown car, okay? But it is still a very nice figure, aside from that one critique in looking like a clown car, which it is true. The figure is, like, a bit weird with the wonky wheels. But, again, G1 accuracy to the original cartoon. But back into details, the front bumper in this nice dark bluish gray looks very fine, like amazing. And the nice silver headlights does give it contrast on the entire yellow body along with the Autobot symbols. And the blacked out windows are fine, but I would have preferred them to be maybe a dark blue, darker than what we had here with the 86 Prowl. But aside from that, looking back at the undercarriage, very nice, hides everything super well. And honestly, while it's not my favorite transformation out of every figure I've gotten here today, it is still a very nice one. Now, looking at the back, we have the headlights, which I wish they could have sculpted a line between them, making them very fine. But aside from that, we have sculpted in rear view mirrors. And aside from that, that's it. He rolls pretty nice in comparison to Ironhide. I think for the Beetle, he is a bit small, yes. But the figure does very well. I think the Beetle may have been a bit, longer, I guess you could say, and the hood would have been a bit taller. But aside from that, those are my only critiques, and the clown car critique. But, but compared next to the Datsun, which is Prowl, it looks pretty good, but, again, not the best. And for the final comparison, Prime Changers, Alpha Trion, and Bumblebee, and 86 Bumblebee. Okay, so that's it for all the figures that I've opened, and that is for the first one of the figures I've already have opened. Now, let's see. Making content is fun for me. It's so easy to post these videos daily. True, although for me, my schedule, I have to use my dad's phone to record everything, which means just, having it on a good basis to be able to access and record things like that. It's a bit hard. It's doable. But, yeah, basically, it's pretty easy. To add value, since it's small, they should have added a flip-around panel like on Siege Jetfire to get rid of the Autobot insignia on the roof in the mode. That is very smart, but the problem with that, if you open this, it's a bit thin. Why, I guess you could say, it's probably a centimeter or two thick, but it is super thin, and it would ruin the structural integrity because this piece and this piece are completely separate. I think that is a good idea, but they would have to made it one entire piece, which would have made it a bit odd, again, because you could see this piece is part of the innards, this piece is a new top panel. It would have made the plastic yellow color look a bit funny, and I think it's better that they went with the way they did, but it is fine. Now, let's move on to the figures I've already opened, which the first of being the Shattered Glass guys, okay? So we have Voyager, or I guess you could say Leader Class, Earthrise Optimus Prime, Shattered Glass Colors, and Earthrise Ratchet. Now, for the figures I want to start on, I'm not going to do Ratchet. The only add-on is this top panel here and the new chest piece. But the reason why I'm not going to do him, aside from details, is because I've already showed a figure similar to him that I have in my collection. But aside from that, we have a cool, nice purple Autobot insignia. This light piece can come off this light bar, and it makes a very nice shield. The details in and of themselves are pretty nice. I wish they have done Earth tires, although we could probably 3D print or buy some off of eBay. The head sculpt is very nice, and the colors contrast very well, like the spearmint blue, I guess you could say. Works very well with the white and gray. It kind of reminds me of a dentist, I guess, the color combination. But aside from that, that is all that I'm going to do for him. The articulation, about what you would have seen with the 86 Bumblebee, minus the broken leg thing, but, Now, moving on to the figure I'm fully going to do, because I don't have this, haven't had this mold until now, is the Earthrise Optimus Prime. I mainly got him for the deco, because I just love the way this figure looks. The articulation, it's fine, yes. The only problem I have with this figure's articulation is that the arms can't go past 90, but that is a small critique. The purple and green glass is just immaculate. It works so well together. And the little, I guess you could say it's a sticker, but it's more of how would you say, similar to the details they did with this figure on the headlights. While you can't see it, it's a bit hard. There's a bit of indents. It's similar to what they did with the crack on the window. It's somewhat of an indent and then a rough sticker onto it. And it's a sticker that won't come off. But other than that, it is very nice. If you don't want it, you could probably use rubbing alcohol and get it off. But I'm keeping it for the intentions of, the Shattered Glass. And I guess they may have named it after the Shattered panel on the window pack of Optimus. Now, the green and gray right here, The grain is a bit different from what they used on the window peck, but it is similar enough to where I do like it. The dark gray works beautiful, but the green alongside it does look a bit off. The blue they used is very nice. It's like a jean blue, what you usually see on jeans, you know? The articulation for this figure is pretty good. Aside from the hindered waist swivel, which is hindered by this, which you can take off, but I'm not going to do it just to keep it on because I would like to keep this figure in prime condition. Pun intended. The wheels look amazing on the side, but one thing is, with this piece right here, they could have molded it like this one. The problem with it is, in the Siege version, the insides of the wheels like switch around, and they carried over the Siege leg design, which was a bit disappointing. With the money they put into the top half, they could have done with the bottom half, and they did do some remolding. But it would have been nice to make it so this would match this side because, honestly, this part is now useless, not even having to fit into this side. But aside from that, that's my only critique. Now, if we move the leg up, it goes a little over 90. The bend, definitely way past 90. And it is a ratcheted leg at the knee bend, which is very nice and feels great to handle. Not like the soft ratchet you'd have in 86 Swoop. I guess if you have him, you can reference that. But it is very nice. It's a bit softer, but it is a stiff joint. Now, moving from that, if we move this up, it goes all the way to the side. Just a little past 90 like it would if it was going up. But sadly, due to this piece, this part of the leg is hindered, and it can only go about that far, probably like 15 degrees. Now, aside from that, he has a pretty nice ankle pivot. Not all the way like it would with Ironhide or Prowl or even Bumblebee, but it is a nice addition. Now, moving on to the top, as we already said, a bit of a hindered waist swivel, but still love that it's there. We can move these arms to 90. The hands are articulated, and the arms can go about this far up to the side. They can go a full 360, unhindered, even by this back piece. So, now, aside from that, moving on to the head, he can look down upon his enemies or prey, as if he was going to shoot down on them. I like the color scheme. Yes, this is the Shattered Glass color scheme for an evil Optimus. This is a pretty good color scheme, in my opinion, as well. Now, the eyes, he would look down, okay? And he can look up. Side to side, 360. He has a very nice, sweet, and tight head joint. And the purple on this figure reminds me of, like, the chocolate purple they put on, like, chocolate wrappers. I guess you could say similar from Willy Wonka, what they used in the original movie. I guess you could say that purple, just a bit darker. And now, moving on to the details, again, we have the nice vented legs, mechanical detail here, but I'm here mainly for the chest. This is clear plastic put on normal hard plastic, which means the quality of this is immaculate. It holds together very well, okay? And I also forgot the backwards butterfly joint, which I will need it in this position just for what I'm going to do. Of course, like most primes nowadays, he's got an inbuilt matrix chamber, which the chest pecs fling out to reveal the matrix of leadership, or in this case, I don't know what it's called in the Shattered Glass universe. This is a nice color from the front. It looks pretty good, okay? It matches the figure perfectly, and when you move to the back, it's just ugly. No one can deny that. It would look much better if it just stays in. But for this point of the video, I'm going to show it. But if you had another Matrix of Leadership from like Kingdom Galvatron or any other, it would fit tightly in there and very nice. But aside from that, the color scheme from the Matrix is very nice and it will slot itself back in very tight. Although this side of the window is a bit loose. I have 2 copies of this figure. I'm returning one because it was a bit worse and it may almost snap off. But aside from that, everything else is nice and tight. And the figure itself, in robot mode, is great. But here's the thing. I got the figure for the robot mode, not for the vehicle mode. But the vehicle mode itself isn't bad. But before we get to the transformation, let's look at this gun. Here we have the mag, the handle, and the nice sculpted in venting detailing. For the ion blaster that Optimus usually carries, this is pretty accurate. While it's not the most accurate, I would say this is a pretty good stand-in. And one feature, it can flip up into that for vehicle mode. One last thing, like most of the guns here, if you were to hold it like this, it is blast effect compatible. It looks very good with the blast effects 86 Hound and Prowl came with. It looks very nice, and only the thin ones fit in well, but it does work pretty well, and it looks immaculate with the purple scheme. Now, taking this off, let's get to the transformation. Now here, I have a bit of trouble with the transformation just because I forget a few things, but we'll start with the feet and the legs. First of all, you're going to have to bring up these panels and put them down. There's nowhere for them to tab in yet until they're in vehicle mode. And then we bring these two pieces and snap them nicely together, bring down the feet, and that will work like that. This will be the back of the truck and the bed. And now that's done. That is all you have to do with the legs. It is why it's simple. It is very nice. But now we move on to the arms. We open this panel and we bring in the hands. For the design choice, yes, this works amazing. The Siege figure, it could have done this, but it didn't. But it is amazing that they were able to do it here. Why it's a bit late, it's nice. And why there are more Optimus Prime figures, such as the 86 Optimus, which I do have on the way, although it's on pre-order, will probably beat this figure. The design they use this figure for is great. But now let's move on to the back. We pop the wheels out to the side. We'll bring this down. Now, we kind of leave it like this because it's going to be a bit troublesome to mess with. But the next step, we bring the side pieces that are on Optimus's side back. It's a bit hard to get to, and it is a step I have forgotten before when trying to transform him. But I think as long as you don't try to force some of these pieces, they'll go back just nicely. But just to be sure and safe, and also one of the steps, you have to bring this torso, flip it all the way around. Now that's done, we come to the back, we open this panel piece. Now give me a second. This is a bit hard to do. It's a bit of a stiff panel, so I'm going to use help with the gun, and oops, that broke, but I can easily put that back on. Okay, so the chest piece is being a bit stubborn, so give me a second. There we go. Sorry, I had break the gun, but it is fixable. I wish they did pin this in. That would have kept it nice and tight, and it would have stopped a lot of the quality controls issues it would have had with other figures. Okay, now that's done, we bring it up here. We lift the entire upper torso up, and we pull the chest all the way out. Flip these panels out, and this is just a feat of engineering for Transformers. This is just amazing. Thank you, Nils. Yes, this is one of my more in-depth reviews, and the fact that this is in a live stream is a bit weird, but it is what I'm going with right now. But aside from that, yes. Now the chest, this is basically the entire front of the truck, aside from the bumper. Now, this is where it gets a bit hard. You want to make sure the arms are at the 90-degree angle they are, usually when they bend, and you got to make sure they fit in nicely. You got to do this at, with your thighs, a bit separated from the rest of the body. It's a bit tricky to, put out in words how this works, but it just does. Okay, so now that's done, these pegs will go in straight to the arms. And that fits in just nicely. And you'll bring the head down, and it will very nicely encase into the truck. And basically, all we have to do now is just bring this down, make sure it tabs in, make sure the arms are tabbed in, and that. Okay, now for the final touches, we just pull out the gas tanks. And we're done. Now, this figure itself, is great. I didn't get him for the truck mode, though. I got him because I wanted the mold with the color scheme it is, because I love the type of color scheme this is for the Shattered Glass universe. Okay, give me a second. Okay. So, the gun folds in nicely to peg into the back for clean storage. Other than that, the mag pops out the top, but that's not that bad. The smokestacks are a bit short. Why it's not bad in robot mode, just in general, it's a bit short for the truck. I guess you could say it's G1 accurate, but it would have been nice if you added like half a centimeter of height to them. That would have looked so much better. And this is one of my only problems. One of my only problems. This spot is a bit lacking. There's just not a lot to cover this. You could clearly tell this is the leg if you have owned this figure, and even a lot of people who don't own this figure can just tell. But the gas tanks luckily cover most of that up, and they are pretty accurate. Moving on to the truck bed, there is a port for a trailer. This guy does not come with one, but I guess you can make your own out of Lego or order one off of eBay if someone is selling it. It will work with the trailer, but just, I don't have one. So, that is one of the problems, but it's not a big one. But aside from that, the truck bed just looks good, especially with these painted vents. The front of the truck is a bit off. The slight upwardness is fine. It is accurate, but due to all the details and paneling, which is immaculate, you barely see this in robot mode. In fact, you barely see it at all. It is amazing that they decided to fit all this detail into this figure. And the headlights, they could have been colored different, but I get why they went with the green. But again, one of the problems is the front of the truck. It is too detailed for it. Why they added the rivets and the nuts that they would have used to clamp it all down. It is a bit odd. I would have liked it to have been simpler. That's how I would put it. Warpath, the video is up. I'm back. Could you paint the headlights to be a different color? Yes, I could, but the precision you need for that is just a bit hard with how small it is. I don't have anything good enough to compare it with right now, but the figure in total is about like 7 inches tall in robot mode, and probably about 3 inches in vehicle mode, or I guess you could say 2. But that may be a bit too small. But aside from that, it is a pretty good truck mode. Why I mainly asked for a good robot, this is a pretty good truck mode. And you could see the shattered window, and you can still open up the matrix chamber from here. Warpath, can you watch the video? Yes, I will in just a second, my friend. But in terms of comparisons, here's the Datsun from Prowl. This is a pretty accurate size, I would say. This works pretty well. Although I do think the truck would be a bit bigger. Now, I would like to say this. The truck that came with the Bumblebee movie figure, Optimus Prime, what he turns into is not what you see in the final end of the movie, of the Bumblebee movie. You see this truck, actually. If you look and compare, you will be able to tell, just from the front, that this is the truck you see at the end of the Bumblebee movie. But that's not what we're here for right now. We're here for the comparisons. Sorry. Okay, so compared it to the Nissan van, this I would say is a bit more accurate. Again, I think Ironhide would be a bit smaller, but it is pretty good. I can see these two driving alongside each other, especially with their shattered windows. They would be good buddies, and they are. Now, to bring in Bumblebee, this is where the sizing is probably off. The figure itself, I say, would be about the length of this, although the height may be a bit off, but I could be wrong. I'm not the car fanatic. I'll let any other car fanatic figure that out. But we can set him nicely on the truck bed. Just take off the gun, and he'll fit nicely on. Now, if you want even more space, you could take this gun off, and it is a bit hard And it's better to take the gun off in robot mode, but for the sake of this, I'm not going to transform him back. While I could easily, I will not. Now, here, Bumblebee has more room in the truck bed. I keep on saying trunk, I'm sorry. But behind this, you may not be able to see it, but there are detailing and, what's it called? One of the, suspension. There are suspension details behind here. While it's not completely accurate, it is fairly close. But aside from that, these two next to each other look nice, especially in the truck bed. But moving on from that, I would gladly check out this video you have made, Shadowwave. Although I'm going to have to mute it, so this stream for a second, so you do not hear any echoes. Okay, so I just watched the video. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn this audio off so it doesn't echo. Which was harder to transform? The cars or the animals? I'd say specifically the two hardest to transform was this guy taking second place. He's not as intricate as this guy, but it is nice. They are pretty simple transformations, but lining everything up is a bit hard. And Shadowwave, if you didn't realize, half of those guys were Autobots. I am an Autobot. And Hound, we kind of share like the entire military thing. Yeah, he's just gonna help me out. The fact that you put him pretty close is very helpful. So if I don't escape in the next 2 weeks, I'm just gonna have to get out on good behavior. Okay. Moving on to another simple thing is Bumblebee movie Brawn. I already have this figure. I just decided to get a second one. Why? Because I felt if I didn't get this guy again, I would regret it. Finding a spot for him on my shelf, that's going to be a bit tricky, but it's not going to be that hard. But the articulation of this figure is pretty good. He's got a small butterfly joint. The Autobots don't want you reviving Unicron again. Dude, it wasn't me. Hound believes me. Besides, he has a lie detector. Also, you're a Decepticon, Shadowwave. What are you saying? Okay, now I'm going to have to go into review mode, so sorry if I don't read any of your comments. First point of articulation, shoulders have a small butterfly joint. It's not that noticeable, but that is fine. He has, I guess you could say, somewhat of a bicep swivel from it. He has a double-jointed arm for transformation and a wrist rotation, which is very nice. Moving on to the head, it can go left and right, although that is about it. Because it's like pinned in, so it won't be able to look up or down. He's got an unhindered waist rotation, and his leg can go to the side. Not as far as I would like it, but it is fine. It can go forward 90 and back a little below 90. It can bend past 90, which is super nice. Got ankle pivot, and his toes can move up and down, and that is very nice. Now, for details, we got a nice mechanical detailing on the neck and under the shoulders, which look very nice. Now looking at the thighs, we have rivets and very nice mechanical detailing, and the color scheme looks very nice, and the white Autobot symbol, while it's not the first, it is beautiful. in my opinion. Now turning to the back, we got more mechanical detailing, suspension, and that nonsense. And looking at the back, we have the window for the vehicle mode. Okay. He kind of looks like Sorton from Doctor Who. Okay, and I am a mercenary sometimes. I don't want you reviving Unicron again either. Okay, where's the proof that I revived Unicron, Shadow Wave? I would like to see that. And don't show any pictures from Season 3 of the Transformers movie or the show, okay? Those do not count because I was barely in this 3rd season. Okay, now on to transformation. To start with transformation, I would like to move this up and this down. Okay, now pops out the wheels and the compression is beautiful. I'll bring up the arms, use the double hinge to go this way, and peg the arms into here. Where it's clear plastic, the use of this clear plastic is absolutely fine. There's been no breakages, and even if it did break, he would still be able to transform pretty nicely. Okay, now we can move this down and tab this in there. And give me 1 second. It's going to be a bit harder with this figure than it is with the original one that I have. Wait, why did you get him a second time? Custom? Yes, I was actually thinking about spray painting him entirely green for just like a background soldier. But it depends. I'm not the best at making customs, but it is possible. Okay, and once we get this tabbed in nicely, we just push the head all the way down and hides nicely in the body. Now we put the gun on where the head was and plug in the drill right down there. There's video footage of you. We'll find it and post it and I'll watch it. Okay, and don't edit it, Shadow Wave. I know you're a good editor. But aside from that, here he is in his vehicle mode. Very nice. Love the colors and details. And the gun mounted on top for a turret is very nice. In terms of comparison, the only one I'll do is Transformers 1 Alpha Trion. He looks pretty nice next to him. While it's not an accurate sizing, it is, I would say, pretty close. Now, for my favorite, one of my favorite figures from this, Reactivated Bumblebee. I just love this figure. The articulation, it's fine. Not the best, but it is pretty good. The details are amazing. And, like, the transformation is so satisfying. I love it. The transformation back is not the best. I would not say it's the best. But it is just pristine how well this guy transforms. The conversion is just great. I wouldn't have changed it anyway. And the details on this figure is amazing. Now, let's do quickly articulation. The legs go up a little below 90. They bend a little past 90. They got ankle pivot, and it is on a ball joint. So it can go back a little and forward a little, but not by a lot. Now moving on to the arm, it would go full 360, but it's hindered by the doors, but that's fine. You can just go around. It can go out to the side, bend about to 90, and the shoulder pieces are articulated. The doors are also articulated for transformation. And to the head, he can look all the way up, side to side, and he can look a little down. And I just love this figure. I'm going to have to say it again. But going into details, looking at the front, we have a ram piece, I guess you could say, for vehicle mode. Mechanical detailings on his chest. And the Autobot symbol smack dab in the middle on the yellow, painted red. Just looks amazing. Just looks great, okay? But there is a bit, why it is clever the way they hid most of it, the wheels just stick out. But it is amazing that they put the wheels in the back and all on the feet and legs, which was pretty clever. I forgot to mention, this guy has thigh rotation, and I guess you could say bicep swivel. But looking at the detail on his shoulders, it looks like this would become the front of the car, like the headlights and everything. And the legs look very nice. And these pieces, like, come out in transformation. This spike on the leg would fold in. And looking at the back of the figure, there's not much. He is a bit gappy on the arms, but it's not that bad. Looking top, it's not that bad either. There's basically no kibble. All the kibble turns into the back. Not like Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. Literally, the entire, like, from here and this back piece up to, here, minus this piece. This is all the kibble is what makes the top of this Bumblebee. The articulation on this figure is great. The details are great. And I just love this figure. I'm happy that I got him. And I just really like this figure. Now, one last thing before we get into the transformation is the guns, like Uzis, I guess rapid fire. There's no barrel. I would have liked there to have been like a silencer, I guess you could say. But we got the mag and the handle and a few little more mechanical detailings. But aside from that, that's basically it. It is a fine piece of equipment for this character. I just love the way the Bumblebee looks. The yellow is fine. One critique in the robot mode, the eyes are painted yellow. I wish they were blue, but they're not. So it's a bit hard to see the eyes, but you can easily see the sockets on the silver faceplate. Okay, maybe you could make out back. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but okay. So, moving on to the transformation, it's a bit everywhere, but it is joyful how this guy works. It's a bit hard to do and show, but I will do what I can. So just untab that, pull this out, and this, just so you know, this transformation won't be as in depth as the others, but you come to the chest and untab it. And basically everything comes unfolding out. It's just amazing how they're able to pull this off. It's just great. It's a good figure. I had to watch a video on how to transform him. He is a bit confusing, but the transformation is pretty fun. Now, why it's again complicated, it's not the worst transformation that ever existed. But again, I love it. If I had to transform any figure, like, out of this table a couple of times, it would be this guy and Alpha Trion. Outback is a tan repaint of Bronze G1 toy. Oh, yes, now I remember him. I saw him. They made a, I think it was Fans Toys, made a, masterpiece Outback. That would be interesting. I might be able to do that for my first custom. But again, I'm not a real custom maker. The only custom I did was a Gundam, one Nils gave me. He is on the stream. I think he still is. And I customized it Battle Damage, which I love. My favorite custom and my only custom. And the give me a second. The figure itself is pretty articulated, yet a bit fragile. But he just looks amazing when battle damaged. I have to say it. Okay, now, moving back to the arms. Move them like this and put down the arm panels like that. And now to the legs, where this transformation just gets sweet. Pull out the leg pieces, all like that. You just fold out these pieces. Not the best, but it is fun. And then you pull out these pieces straight from the leg. You twist the foot around and you bring that in. The vehicle mode that this figure makes is just amazing. Again, like I said, these leg pieces came inside. See, boop, articulation, I guess. But I'm not sure what else would it be used for aside from that. Now, we have to bring this down. This is one of my favorite parts, but you'll see why. Now, bringing this figure to vehicle mode is a bit hard. Especially because, like, with what we saw in the 86 figure, the transformation relies heavily on the legs, which is why most of the wheels were down there. And it's not a bad way of hiding all the kibble, but it makes for just a great vehicle mode. Now, just making sure everything lines up or tabs in is a bit hard, but it is nice. And everything tabs in buttery smooth once you get it at the right position. Again, I do not have this at the right position, but it will tab in pretty easily. There we go. Okay, now we move on to this spot. We have to make sure this tabs in correctly and is at the right angle. It's a bit hard for this piece to do that because it's a bit flop. This figure relies mostly on being flop, but once everything tabs in, it works quite nice. Now, once that's done, the arms will just fold in, similar to what they did with the Rise of the Beast figure, and just fit nicely in. Now, we move on to the doors, which will just simply tab in, although I'm worried what it will do what it did with my Rise of the Beast Bumblebee figure and break the doors from this, because it is similar to what they did with Rise of the Beast, and I'm worried that the doors may break, but that is a small thing to worry about compared to the rest of the figure itself. Okay, now once that's in, you basically bring these all the way up front, make sure they tab in nicely, make sure the doors are. The arms have tabs on them, not sure where they go, but I'm not going to worry about that. And the finishing touch, you make sure this piece lines up ever so well with the tabs on the front. And boom. It will hold the tabs together pretty well. You just got to make sure it gets over them. There we go. And the figure is done transformed. I love the rally car mode it has. It just looks amazing. You can see, like, the gridded windows, the back of it, like a big engine block. It's just amazing. Even at the bottom, it's not the best. You can see the head, but it covers up pretty well. The tires are absolutely beautiful, the way they roll. And the details on the actual wheel. The back of the feet are a bit visible, but it's fine. I guess it gives it that spiky look. Not the best spot for it, but it does look nice. And just the front of the vehicle, that looks so menacing. And it has, like, the headlights everywhere. And just, like, the miscolorations on the door, like the detail black stripes here. It's not here. It, like, gives the very apocalyptic vibe it's supposed to. And you can bring in the guns, tab them up front for the guns to be mounted on the car. The car doesn't roll the best because of the back of these legs. Bit hard to have them in a good position. And if I'm to find a better position, I'll tell you all, I think. But the guns they don't have to go there. Again, untabbing this piece, bringing these to the side, and these up, you can, it's going to be a bit rough, but you can push the guns into the arms, and they'll fit in ever so nicely. In terms of repaints, I think they will. Well, I don't think they will, but it is a high possibility of them doing a hot rod out of this mold, and I would not mind it. I think they should. It would fit the character so well, but these handles for this side of the gun don't go in as well. I've seen other people do it. It's just, I don't know, it's just a bit harder for me. But you can push them back in all the way, ever so nicely and carefully so they don't fall out. And tab all this back in. Does anyone have any questions on that? And have a clean appearance, and, you know, the wheels, I wish they were pinned in. In terms of comparisons, here's Bumblebee movie Brawn. I think that's one of the only things I could compare him to. Maybe Ironhide and just for the sake of it, here's the 86 Bumblebee, who is a whole lot smaller. Definitely not size accurate, but it works, I guess you could say. Now, back to looking at the details. The figure does pull off a great post-apocalyptic vibe. I love the back and the spoiler. They did not need to add it, but it works so well with this. It's just amazing. I just love how the figure transforms. Robot and vehicle mode. Turning him back into robot, it's a bit iffy. Not my favorite thing to do, but is overall enjoyable. But he doesn't roll very well. Better he rolls on carpet or any rug. But aside from that, that's it from this figure. We could do this figure, just to transform him, but he's a bit rough. I think for now, I'm just going to turn this guy back into robot mode because I just love this figure, this mold, and just the details they added into him are just immaculate. If you wanted to get him into like a running thing, it'd be a bit hard, but it's not entirely impossible. You could do the same with Cheetor, but he just looks a bit stiff. They all do. But mostly in robot mode, they look a whole lot better. I'm going to turn a few of these guys back into robot mode. Elite Madness, just seen Shadow Wave's video. You're trapped, bro. I know. I also saw it. He got free advertising on this live stream. I am pretty trapped. I don't stand a chance. No way, no how. But again, me and Hound are friends. He'll help me out, I'm sure. If he doesn't, I'm fine in here. Honestly, being in Optimus's, especially Rescue by Optimus's chest, that's fine with me. Look at me, I'm doing fine. I'm doing live streams in here. I would show out the window, but it's not pretty. I've seen Shadow Wave's entire collection. I've been in here for days. The lore goes deep. But aside from that, we can bring up this. Nothing much else to show with the transformation. But overall, all these figures are pretty good. If I had to put them on a poll together, my least favorite one would have to be this guy, the Cheetor. But he still comes together very nice. He works pretty well with the Optimus Primal. The details overall aren't the best, but he'll work on the shelf. And I can't wait to get my new shelf collection working. Now, one thing I do wish was the legs with a better design, because the legs are just a bit hard to go with. But he does look amazing in robot mode. Now for Alpha Trion. Okay. Cheetor's not going to fall over, I hope. Alpha Trion, I just love this figure. I have no hate for it, honestly. This figure's just amazing. I think I might do, you collect shelves now? Yes, I do. Yes. Shelves are amazing. Most of my birthday money was spent on a shelf. Because I'm running out of room on everything else. Oh, yeah, here's the Gerwalk mode for Alpha Trion. Half thing. How do I separate this? I'll figure that out. Bring that up. Bring it to the side. I just love flipping this guy back and forth. I haven't flipped him back and forth a lot. But I'll tell you, even before I do it, I'm going to enjoy doing it. This Alpha Trion figure in robot mode is pretty good. Although, the animal mode is just beautiful. It's hard to get poses with this figure, especially in robot mode, because the way he works with everything. But I know they could have added a bit more budget and everything worked more with the Studio Series line, but it all works pretty good. And his chest is a 5mm port. His stomach, he has a belly button. He can shoot lasers out of it. Just got to make sure it gets tightly in there. Although it is a small fit. I guess for the old man look, he can go for it. But aside from that, that is basically all I have for the stream today. Thank you all for watching. I really enjoyed this. This is one of the best unboxings I've had for a while and in a while. And I wouldn't mind doing another stream sometime soon if I have something to talk about. I hope the TF1 Prime Changers go on clearance or go to discount store since they abundant everywhere, then I can get more. Yes, that is pretty good. No, I was really tempted to get Alpha Trion, but I thought just wait for the SS. Detailed version represents great design. Yes, I'm also want the Studio Series version. I'm not sure if it's been confirmed, but I just love this figure. He is fun. It's hard to say no to this figure once you actually have him. Why some of the arms are going to be a bit hard to mess with, he's just overall worth it, in my opinion. And the beast mode looks amazing. Yeah, I might just get both. Yes, so will I, hopefully. I saw the Alpha Trion. I'm like, yeah, I might get that. But, just looking at it further, it's just a bit less appealing. Had they done more chrome details like they had with the Prime Changers line, you know. I would love to get another one of these someday, actually. Just like I did with Braun. We need a Studio Series figure racer that participated. Oh, yeah. We'd probably get Moonracer or Blur somehow, you know. I would love to see the Hound design. Because I'm a big fan of Hound, actually. This figure in and of itself, I would like to get something 3D printed, although I don't have a 3D printer. Like, maybe just like a purple metallic piece, maybe a bit painted, just to fit it in here, because he is a bit flat from the front. The face is fine, although with a bit more detailing, they could have made it a whole lot better. The articulation is fine, though. I would love to get another one of these guys. Specifically Alpha Trion. I just love the figure. It's just amazing. Definitely one of my favorite figures here. I could go back flipping him every day. Racer, did I win? Medic, you participated. Yeah, that was a fun scene. Bro, like, have you seen how many views those videos got of people posting the scenes? Drakewing. You mean Darkwing? We do not need Drake. I wish I almost got a video the first time I watched Transformers 1 of, like, the ending, but I decided not to. But, like, people who took those videos at the end of the movie, like, where the final fight between Optimus and Megatron took place, they've gotten thousands of views. I wish I had done that. That would have helped boost my channel so hard. Yeah, we need Voyager Darkwing as a big Voyager. Well, actually, no, he wouldn't be that big. If you remember, watching the end design of Optimus, Optimus was a little bit taller than Darkwing was. Miners! Oh, the second time I went to see Transformers 1 with my older brother and my older brother, my oldest brother, he doesn't live in the house we do anymore. He lives nearby. We went to watch it, and every time someone said, "Are those miners?" he just started cracking out laughing. But the thing was, it was a bit annoying because, like, there was quite a few other people. Commander Class Darkwing. He would not be that big. He's smaller than Sentinel. And he's a little bit smaller than Optimus in his second form. Studio Series TF1 Optimus and Megatron needed to be Voyagers. Not gonna lie, they grew so much. True Titan Class Darkwing. No. Wait. I have an idea. we need a bigger class than Titan class. Titan class is fine. It'll be for a bunch of the bigger characters, but I'm talking about for what's his name? Unicron and what's his name? I forgot his name. The guy who's Cybertron. I can't remember his name. Primus. We need another size class bigger than HasLab Drake. No, I think thank you, Primus. I don't think we need it to be HasLab because the problem with HasLab, why it may be an exclusive and that helps a little bit. The problem with it being a HasLab is the fact that when it's a HasLab, it's going to be hard to get after it. Because if they make a new size class that's more spread out everywhere, getting that would be good. Yeah, Planet class, that's a good one. That's a good name for the size class. Planet class, Primus, and Unicron. They could re-release the HasLab Unicron and make a Primus. And they could release it in Planet class, which the normal size for would be 3 feet tall and 3.5 feet tall, which would be the biggest they could get. They can go a little bit over, but they gotta be a bit bigger than Titan class. And the price point would be $600. I think the best place to sell that would be Walmart or GameStop. Just because, GameStop keeps a good stock, but they're kind of like the place that would sell Titan class on a usual basis. Not many people buy Titan class figures as it is bigger. One wouldn't be successful. Yes, but if they did it at a good numbers and they did it to a point where there's not too many of them, but it's to where a point, they would fit pretty well. Nah, Drake Wing needs his own size. He's not that big. Oh my goodness. I got Cybertron Legacy Metroplex for $80. Ooh, that's cool. I want to say something. But we would need more releases. Probably 4 releases for the Planet class size class. But that's just, if they did that, that'd be cool. We need a wide release of Deathosaurus, Commander class, along with Starsaber. If there aren't too many of them, there wouldn't be much money. I know, but releasing them as HasLab would be hard because they need crowdfunding, and if people actually want it, it's going to be a bit hard. I think it could just be an exclusive, but be a bit wider spread than HasLab. He was $80 on Amazon a while ago. Should have bought him before he went up to $120. Well, I think he's still at a pretty good price. On Amazon, he's $112, actually. At least last time I looked. That's pretty cheap compared to all the other Titan classes. I think it's still worth it to get him. My GameStop has him still in stock. They have one in stock. And of course I wasn't going to get him, but it's cool that they have him there. Although I don't think anyone would get him. Give me a second. Let me join in on this. There. I joined in. Okay, so let's see. These are some pretty good solid figures. I like the way they transform. They feel good, a bit hefty. It's going to be a bit hard to find a spot for these two guys on my shelf. Not a lot of spot to put a bunch of dead corpses. This guy will go on my TF1 shelf with Megatron and Optimus and all the movie theater stuff. Actually, I think the movie theater collectibles are worth it. It costs $80 to get all of them, but it's worth it. The Cheetor is nice, mainly for robot mode. He looks good stationary in his cheetah mode. The last thing I'm gonna do is untransform all of these guys. And then that's probably gonna be it. Because I can't go too long, because I got it tomorrow when all my family arrives for my actual birthday. Today's not my actual birthday. We just had quite a bit of it on it. Love my boy Cheetor. He's so fun to transform. He is fun to transform, but lining everything up for me is a bit hard. So he's not the best. I think, in my opinion, just so far, he's not the best to keep flipping back and forth. What are some figures you all want to collect? Like figures that are no longer on sale anywhere, at least like normal places like Target, GameStop, or Walmart. Because for me, it's got to be like animated Blitzwing. I've seen them for pretty good prices on eBay. I like the way the animated figures look. I saw animated Motor Master today while looking through stuff. But, of course, not this time I'm gonna get, because just not my type. If I saw the Optimus, I probably would have had a higher chance of getting him. Oh my gosh, I just love transforming this guy. He is just so fun. Honestly, if you all see this guy, you should pick him up. He's at a pretty good price. Like, $20 is a bit much. It's definitely going to be a while before we get Studio Series. Just like, he transforms so nice. Okay, but I have to untransform him soon, so let's just start with the easy guys. I do want to repaint and make my first Transformer custom out of this guy. I may not, because I'm not the best at custom making, but I would like to have him, like, green. Like, a bit more green. Or maybe, like, blue. Oh, my goodness. I transformed Rise of the Beast Bumblebee too much. He broke down. I love that figure so much. Getting another copy and touching him, he doesn't break or get loose. Oh, yeah, my Rise of the Beast Bumblebee broke. His doors, the problem I have with this guy is, like, part of the door snapped and made the door super loose. And I didn't have a Bumblebee for a while, but now I got two. But Rise of the Beast Bumblebee is worth the money. It's just, he's going for, like, $35. The price of a Voyager on Amazon. I don't think that's worth it. But I just love this Brawn mold. If I see another Alpha Triumph, I might have to get him. Like, it's just good, just to keep, you know, in box, in case this one breaks. Just a good thing to have. Okay, untransforming this guy. Back piece comes first, then head piece. Bring head out. That's reactivated. Yes, but I'm just saying those are the two Bumblebees I have currently. I know. But my Rise of the Beast, I'm just saying my Rise of the Beast Bumblebee had a weird problem where his door broke and it made it super loose and his head came off. But I have a slight concern that will happen with reactivated Bumblebee. I see. You do see. Okay. Oh, okay. What are you talking about? I'm not sure what you're saying, oh. I just wanted to say, oh. Okay. I love the design of this, but I have a feeling like the legs are just a bit concerning for me. Of this 86 Bumblebee. It's just a bit concerning. But the design, the way everything comes together, it's just immaculate how everything works. The back piece, it might snap, but there's about 1,000 everywhere in stores. So he wouldn't be the hardest to get. Boom. But I'm just worried. I hope everything, like, I hope this back hinge does not wear. Only thing I'm really worried about. Boom. Robot mode. Okay. Time for the one I'm not so excited for. Where I love transforming him, it works real well. Untransforming him's a bit of a nightmare. It's just, he's just a bit everywhere in that case. Let's get the arms. So, I would like to make something clear. I will probably not post tomorrow. I will probably make some YouTube shorts tonight about these figures. Then I probably should have kept this guy transformed, but I not. Okay, well, that's not my problem now. That's my problem later. So, what should I do with the future of this channel? It's probably something I should talk about, because I'm not the person that posts every day. I used to. It's a bit hard to keep up with. My parents' work keeps me a bit busy. I've been sick. Just a bit hard to keep up with content making. I have thought about quitting, but that's something I probably won't do anytime soon. It's just a bit of a tough question, apparently. No one's asked it, but it's one I thought about. Like, this is the problem I have with it. Like, it's so hard to put this back together because at this point, you're shifting every single panel just to see where it fits. That's the problem with this. Just specifically in this mode, when putting him back into robot mode. Everything fits together nicely when he is finished, but my concerns stand with some paint rubbing the silver finish on the headlights. It's just a small bit of a concern, but it is one nonetheless. But putting him back in robot mode was my least favorite part about this figure. It's not incredibly hard. It's not something I look forward to. Just due to the design, the flaws are just mainly in the transformation back into robot mode. But he does look immaculate once he is there. Let's just make sure this is in. And he just comes together very nice. I don't like it when people say, is this going to be the definitive figure? It's, a lot of YouTubers, Transformer YouTubers, like, is this going to be the definitive Transformer figure for this character? I can see where they're coming from, but they just need to stop saying it. Maybe on the deathbed of it, you can say those, like, was this the definitive? I don't think we've gone through nearly enough time to start talking about what would be it. So, transforming him back, put those in. I'd like to untab these, bring this up, and untab the front. If you want, you can give the front cab teeth. And you can animate him talking. But what's the point of that? Okay. Maybe I should do that. Give me something to make. So. Okay. I've had a good figure lot brought in. Everything works just amazing. I've had to go through 2 of the Shattered Glass figures, specifically this Optimus and Ratchet. The first one was a little bit broken. This one has a bit of a similar problem, but it's not as bad, and I can deal with it here. But everything comes together quite nice. And there he is in robot mode. The articulation on this guy is just amazing. Where's his gun? Over here. Oh, dang, I knocked over Cheetor. Just kidding, I didn't. He just fell over. Okay. These 2 guys, I'm going to keep in vehicle mode for now. But for today, I think that's all I'm going to do. Thank you all for joining in. Have a good night, and have a good day tomorrow.